I still don't understand why you looked at this ominous, defaced tree surrounded by venomous insects and thought, what if I just caressed it?
You know, I've been wondering the same thing.
That's a great question.
I'm a druid. Have been for almost a decade. Touching trees is one of the main things we do.
Yes. And how is that working out for you?
Great. Until we met you two.
If I may be direct, is this level of irritability and short temper typical for you?
No.
I think so.
Sort of.
Resterin, my friend, my compatriot, my closest confidant. You should come here and hold my hand in my time of need. Please, I won't touch you with a cursed hand. Probably.
Your group laughs. The first sound of life since Comet roused you all out of bed at the first sun's ray. Groggy and bedraggled from yesterday's events, you all skulked through the alleys of Nickline in the morning fog, following Comet to the back door of a nondescript temple. Organized religions and their missionaries rarely took root in isolated small villages such as yours, so you didn't recognize the white right gauntlet that hangs above the entrance. Thankfully, the tiefling who greets you recognized Comet and his taciturn consternation, ushering you all into his clinic with a smile and nary a word.
Speaking of this hand, I think it's high time I take a look at it. May I?
And if I say no?
Deprill?
I was just asking, gods.
Threats be damned. You move closer to your friend's side and sit next to her on the cot as she nods with a grimace. Meanwhile, the apothecary you've come to visit, a tall tiefling with light gray skin and brilliant curling gold horns, chuckles at your antics. Leddree D'Antson sits in front of Deprill and slowly, lightly unspools the bandage on her hand, nodding thoughtfully as he reveals the blackened, coarse transformation her flesh has undergone. The blemish has spread like oil on water, across her palm and threatening to creep down her wrist. He whistles low, brows rising over solid gold eyes, and you wonder if he's as unperturbed as he seems, or if he's just that good of a healer.
That certainly is something, isn't it?
Astute observation. Truly, I needed that.
Deprill!
No, that's very fair. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Not yet. How does it feel? Do you have full mobility? Have there been any other incidents since yesterday?
Deprill shrugs, taking a knife out of her pocket and deftly twirling it between her affected fingers. They're just as nimble as they were last week, but the soot-black traces of her flesh against the steel are new.
It feels normal, but also doesn't. It's like that moment before you pull a muscle. Something will go wrong any second now. I just know it. It's coming.
Foreboding.
It's not coming. Not anymore. Our friend here is going to help us, and in good time. We're so grateful you could see us right away, and so discreetly, by the way.
Oh, of course. It's not every day the aloof and elusive Comet Prass shows up at your door and asks for a favor.
Aloof? What do you mean?
I mean misanthropic and vaguely unfriendly. But I was trying to be polite.
So he's always been such a ray of sunshine?
Bright as can be.
Comet rolls his eyes, not unfondly, and Leddree chuckles as he hunches over Deprill's hand, gently swabbing the flesh to collect the ash-like residue. Your friend flinches when skin flakes and falls like the bark of a dying tree. But the healer laughs it off, looking up at the both of you with a wink and conspiratorial smile.
Did you know what Comet wanted to be before he was a wizard?
Oh, gods, not this.
An asshole?
Comet once had inspirations to be the greatest dragonborn bard the kingdom has ever seen, spreading tales of Orish the Mighty and Varune the Great to anyone who would listen.
I've never heard of them.
Yes, well, no one would listen. He wasn't very good.
I was 12. All dragonborns have mad notions before their adult scales come in. How do you even know that? We lived in different neighborhoods. We were hardly even friends.
You leave an impression, and I heard things. Like your atrocious attempts at the violin. You want to see some real hand damage, Deprill? Ask Comet to play for you.
Yes, did you give up on fame and fortune because of one instrument? You could have switched to lyre, harp, poetry, anything.
Hardly any money in bard work, and even less security. Studying at the academy and obtaining my wizardry license allowed me a certain level of freedom and comfort, and we are all the better for it, given I had the money to keep Greer quiet.
I should have known that's who you tussled with. You should all, in the future, make more time to explore Nickeline. Perhaps enjoy the fish market by the docks or the harvest festival. We have so much more to offer than Greer, her bad attitude and her con artist ilk.
It does sound like the concept of extortion is never far from her mind.
If she in fact has a mind to work with. I doubt it, given she's a terrible businesswoman and an even worse cook.
She uses cheap charcoal and suspicious meat suppliers.
Birds of a feather. You're actually quite lucky that you made that mess if you think about it. It could have been worse. You could have eaten her food and been afflicted with a cursed hand and a stomach bug.
I am so very blessed.
Leddree pats your friend's arm placatingly, smiling as he looks down at the chalk spell circle on his desk. Deprill's stained bandage lies in its center, and the tiefling's smile flattens at the corners of his mouth when he presses a finger to the edge of the drawing and gets no reaction. His tail curls around one of the many vials lining the walls of the apothecary, and gently sprinkles what looks like salt onto the discarded skin.
The salt acts as a catalyst of sorts. It's also a purifying agent in both spells and food. I'm trying to figure out what's bothering your friend, but it's being shy. Salt will agitate it, draw it out. I can see what we're working with then and perhaps get rid of it.
Which you can do, right? Get rid of it?
He is the best.
I'll fix you right up, Deprill. And then you can all help me take a look at him. I've never seen him be this nice.
Maybe he's afraid I'll touch him.
Oh, don't take it personally. I don't think he likes the touch of any person.
I'm sorry. Are we paying for you to make fun of me?
No, of course not. I do that for free.
You nudge Deprill's leg with yours, and your childhood friend does not smile, has not since yesterday. But the furrow in her brow relaxes. She lifts her head, she kicks your ankle, and you dig your elbow into her side in retaliation. A sense of déjà vu strikes you as you bat at her hands, as she claws at your knee and mimes stabbing you in the thigh. And you can almost forget you're far from home, far from safety, and everything you've ever known. Until a loud pop and flash of light suddenly, rudely reminds you.
Torm, save us.
Where the chalk circle and bandage once sat is now a smoldering, smoking pile, the cloth writhing and unfurling like a tortured animal. Leddree had merely touched the outlines of the spell with the tip of lit incense, and the whole thing had ignited in a blaze of unholy, blinding flame and rancid smoke as thick as tar. Even after Comet rushed to open all the windows, and Leddree and Finide quickly smothered the flame with water in a thick cloth, the scent of rot remains. The languid haze lingers.
So is it a boy, girl, or death sentence, Doc? Don't keep me in suspense.
You'll be fine.
Just fine.
Yeah, Comet, you have to know how much worse it seems if you're trying to comfort me.
You're dying right now.
Oh, so actually, nothing you say can help. Thanks for trying.
That was certainly a lot, but it's almost definitely worse than it looks. I meant better than it looks. Sorry. Leddree, have you seen anything like this before?
Not quite. I've heard of curses of this nature, but nothing quite this insidious or patient. Intelligent, even. Like, what's infecting you is biding its time for just the right moment. And I do think without a doubt this is some sort of curse or infection of Telona's doing. The sigil you described on the tree, the centipedes, the nature of your symptoms make it clear the goddess of disease and poison has marked you.
So rude of her. She didn't even buy me dinner. What? A girl can't want to be wooed before she's made some sort of harbinger of decay? Can't have standards?
What more can you tell us of Telona and her acolytes? I've not heard much of her in my studies.
You wouldn't have. She's not particularly popular, except with those of feeble mind and even feebler hearts. Factions are sprouting throughout the kingdom. I've heard isolated and small, but not non-existent. She attracts the type of people who assume kneeling at her altar means they'll be spared from whatever chaos they unleash.
Or the type who relish in it, like that crazy man with the centipedes. You said you've heard of others. Maybe where they are?
Nothing solid. But now that you mention it, I've heard some rumors that might interest you. There's some talk of worshippers of a minor goddess getting up to something due north. I don't know many details, but the kind of magic this is, and the fact that the north is nothing but swampland, that feels significant. Along the same vein of the centipedes, there's been problems south of there, to the mountains. Oh, absolutely venomous.
And the scholar I wanted to question is in a village back to the east, of course.
And let's not forget the pressing, urgent problem we have right here. Now. Hello?
Expression tight with rage, frustration, fear. Deprill lashes out with her afflicted hand and tries to hide the dejected sting in her face when you all flinch from her potentially necrotic touch. Leddree, kind, gentle, and still inexplicably calm, takes Deprill's hand in both of his as he lowers his head to meet her eyes and placatingly pats the tarnished skin.
Make no mistake, we are going to take care of this. Like Comet said, I am the best. The best can't let an unsatisfied and unhealed client just walk out now, can I? That's bad for business. I'd sooner kill you myself. Even then, the cleanup just isn't worth it. Ah, so many witnesses. And I don't think I could take your brawny friend here, let alone all of you. You're very welcome. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's see about getting you all fixed up and uncursed. Yeah?
Okay. Thank you. What should I do? What are you gonna do?
You are going to sit here and think positive thoughts. And I am going to exercise Talona's influence from your body.
How?
By saying please and thank you. No, not really. If only it were that easy. I assume you don't do any magic? Nothing wrong with that. I literally could not wield an axe to save my life. Keep holding on to our friend here and offer moral support while Comet, Finide, and I work with the magic.
Of course. What do you need from us?
No components or anything, just a hand. You specialized in evocation, right? What are you going to do? Fireball?
Yes. At you, if you don't do your job.
I work most with abjuration. I assume that's what we're dealing with?
A person of taste and class. Another servant of Torm?
Helm.
Even better. Deprill, you have not one but two clerics of gods with gauntlet-centric symbolism. I'd say you're in very good hands. Get it? If we could all come together and make a circle, please. And I am afraid there is touching involved, Comet, but I'll try to make it quick. How best to explain?
Like he said earlier, this is an exorcism. Leddree is going to use his magic to find the curse in Deprill and force it out. And that's easier if he has physical contact with her. Comet and I, as fellow magic users, will be helping by basically lending him some of our magic, which is easier if we have physical contact with him. Moral support. And it'd be so mean to leave you out of the prayer circle. Ready?
Ready. Are you ready?
Let's get this over with. All this touching and coddling is gonna give me hives.
Torm, nomen tuum in voco, non es Deus meus, sed si me advere potesut hoc, fabula bona fiat, valde stermamen, vere solictus sum de hac secna et quomo et hoc loco fabulam progetar, ergo queso cogita de me et mille mihi alcunum fortunatum gratis tibi hago.
Deprill's fingers grip around your hand, and you squeeze until you can see the frown on her face loosen into a small smile in your periphery. Without being told, you've all bowed your heads as Leddree chants over you in melodic, incomprehensible Latin. You don't understand a word of it, nor worship the god it's directed towards, but it does inexplicably bring you comfort. The miasma and fetid stench that permeated the room seems to lighten and dissipate, repelled by the scent of the herbs drying and hanging on the walls. The gloom and smoke are cut through by the morning sunlight, streaming in through the open windows. Deprill's hand in yours, and Finide's on your shoulder, both relax. Something warm and gentle flowing through your skin, through your veins, where you're connected. You feel it working. Until you don't. The current of soothing magic is replaced by a sharp frisson, of repulsive and blood-curdling sensation. The dulcet sound of Leddree's prayer is replaced by his screams, as the curse in Deprill's skin transfers to him. His flesh darkening and rippling and breaking out into leaking inflamed pustules.
Get back! Get back!
Comet ushers you all against the wall, away from the front door, away from the screaming, writhing creature that no longer resembles Leddree. From beneath the dragonborn's shielding arms, you can only watch in paralyzed horror as the tiefling's horns crumble to ash, as his teeth tumble out of rotting gums, as his screams are stifled by viscous sewage sludge rising up and out of his throat. Leddree's eyes meet yours, crazed and agonized, the gold tarnished and discolored. He reaches for you all with a blackened, beseeching hand, with gnarled fingers that fall to the ground, rotting off the bone. A moment, a lifetime, an eternity, a breath. It passes, and where Leddree D'Antson once sat is now a puddle of slick slime mold, gelatinous, horrid, wretched, and reaching. You wonder passingly how one fights mold, what good stabbing it would do, when the door bursts open with a squall of light, noise, and steel.
What's going on here? What's all this racket? By order of the king, you will hold for us to question you. Drop your weapons or magic tools.
Comet bristles, his grip iron around his staff. You freeze, still fixated on the undulating puddle that used to be Leddree. Behind you, someone sniffles, teetering on the edge of tears. Another starts to hyperventilate. None of you move to the umbrage of the king's guard, and the knights start to funnel in through the door, their swords poised. When they're attacked, the muck moves fast along the slats of the wood and into their suits of armor, creeping through the openings and up through their bodies. You hear rather than see the moment the rot has become one with their flesh. The knights scream and fall to their knees, scum and blood leaking out of the hinges of their joints in nauseating, noxious rivulets. For a moment, you're grateful that you don't have names to attach to their dreadful, dying faces, that you can't recall the sound of their laughter, that you will know and miss nothing about these strangers you inadvertently sentenced to death.
Move, Resterin. Out the back door, everyone! Quick, before it is done. Don't look, just run!
Comet's clawed hand covers your eyes and shoves you out the door into the alley. Deprill and Finide stumble into you as he does the same to them, and you grab their hands before pulling them along in a breathless, frenzied run. Where do you go, Resterin? You've just listened to episode 5 of Chaos and Consequences. After its live recording, our Twitch audience chose to flee to the north and investigate rumors of a goddess's worshippers gathering in a swamp. Could these be acolytes of Talona, as Leddree suspected? Well, to determine our party's likelihood of success, the cast rolled a d20 and were met with a 13. To add to the turmoil of the day, Audience members gifted 2 Chaos D4s. These special dice may be added or subtracted from the party's roll, depending on the whims of the narrator. That's me. And like any good storyteller, I give and I take away. I added 1 D4 to the party's roll and subtracted the other, leaving our heroes with a 12. Let's hope it's enough. We'll find out next time on Chaos and Consequences.